Welcome back to Welsh Miniature Board Gamer, and today we're going to have an unboxing and a review of these Warhammer Age of Sigmar Orruk warclans Gutrippaz model. So as you might know if you've seen any of my videos, I'm not a big Games Workshop fan. I don't play any of their games, but these orcs look really cool, especially by the cover art, which is absolutely beautiful and painted by someone with far more talent than myself. Looking at the back, it makes 10 miniatures with a few alternative things that you can add to them, etc. Arms and shields and weapons, etc. But me going into this, I'm thinking it's Games Workshop, so I'm probably not going to have many leftover bits, when compared to Frostgrave miniatures, etc. But we'll have a look once we've opened it up. So what is nice is it actually comes with a detailed instruction pamphlet, which actually shows you what and how things go together, which is always nice to know. And the alternative builds that you can make. I'll probably be winging it generally, but yeah, it's nice to have. And it's also got the stats, whatever these things mean. They come on these 30mm bases, I think they are. They're quite big for me. I generally stick to the 25 or 20mm bases. But yeah, these are definitely 30mm, which are a bit big for me. But maybe I'm going to need to use them because, they got a wide stance or whatever. So the scale, yeah, it's Games Workshop scale, so take that to mean whatever you want. It used to be 28, then it was 32, now it's kind of whatever they want it to be, so we'll go with that. So yeah, absolutely beautiful sculpts. I love these Blanche-esque shields, they've got the face carved into them or molded into them. The banner is absolutely beautiful looking and the weapons look really nice. Yeah, there's a lot of detail, as my criticism for Games Workshop miniatures often are. There is a lot of detail, but hopefully there's not too much detail, which is the problem that I have with Games Workshop. Hopefully there's that just sweet spot of being just enough. It's one of these weird sort of, you have to click the bodies in a certain way type modern Games Workshop style, which I'm not terribly keen on, but it is a good way of trying to hide the connection points, etc. So we'll leave my opinion until maybe I've actually put them together. So a few hours later, I've got all these bits left over, so yeah, really lots of bits that I can use for other projects, which really surprised me for Games Workshop actually. So we've got some banners, we've got a bunch of spears, which is really cool. I put them together the way I kind of wanted to, so some of the parts weren't meant to be used, maybe with the miniatures that I used them with, but I've done it anyway. I like this sort of whiting out the thing, but there's sort of this banner topper or something, for holding the banner. Really nice looking things, actually, and they're going to be good in my bits box to, add to it. Although, because I don't make many Games Workshop miniatures, there may be the slight problem of finding something which these will fit on, with Oathmark, etc. These are probably going to be rather too large, but maybe, if I print up something, or rather get someone else to print up something for me, and it's a 32mm or something, maybe it will fit a little bit better. So we've got a bunch of these nice shields that I really like, and a bunch of hand weapons, etc., which, are always going to be useful for your kit bashing, etc. We even got a few heads left, which, yeah, they're going to be quite nice, actually. I should be able to sort of fit them on something. Yeah, they might have a bit big heads for the miniatures I generally use, but still, I'm really quite impressed with how much I had left over, and it's not something that I expect to have with Games Workshop miniatures these days. So this is one of the ones I've made up. I've made up all 10. This guy, I think, is a cool looking miniature. He's probably like what I'm going to be thinking is one of their leaders, etc., because I'm going to be using these more for Rangers of Shadow Deep. So obviously these are way bigger than my... So they'll be more like champion orcs orcs or champion, you know, my replacement for gnolls, etc. Then we got this music playing one, which I've kept the drum actually loosed so I can paint around it and then sort of glue it into place. So he's got his drumstick in one hand and his mattock in the other hand. Yeah, really like this. I've stuck them onto the smaller bases, 25mm bases, and they fit fine. They fit perfectly fine. There's one miniature that I couldn't fit on, so I had to use the 30mm, but all the rest managed to fit on normal standard bases, etc. Like even this guy managed to just about squeeze on. I got him playing the horn while trying to poke someone with his pokey stick. And yeah, really like these miniatures. They are really well sculpted, as all Games Workshop stuff is. You know, whatever you got against Games Workshop, if you've got anything against them, you can't deny that they sculpt some beautiful looking miniatures. Like this guy, I really like the way he's carrying two weapons, etc. Again, I don't think this guy was meant to be like that. He was meant to be carrying a shield and a hand weapon, but I just sort of, you know, put it together as I wanted to, and he worked out fine. I can't see any reason why you couldn't have done this, etc. So yeah, he's looking at himself in the reflection of his axe. So this guy I've painted up already with the base count, and this one I'm going to actually be painting on the channel, so at some point you will see this guy done. This guy is definitely like the captain or the champion of the group. It's got that beautiful shield. I love the detail on that shield. And he's got this weird looking, I don't know, morning star maybe. It's a really sort of gruesome looking club-like weapon, mace weapon, and that spiky helmet for impaling his enemies. So this is one of the ones I've painted up, and he's actually varnished as well, so you can see he's a bit shinier than I would have liked him to be, but you can get what get across what he's meant to look like. I really loved them. I really took paint well. There's a lot of detail on them, but not too much detail, so you can pick out stuff and kind of leave stuff that you don't want to pick out. So, you know, you can mix and match how you painting and not get too carried away and not be overwhelmed by what there is to paint. This guy, so I haven't varnished this guy yet, so he's a lot less shiny, and you can see the detail may be a little bit better. I do like the way that this dude has actually got a peg leg, which is kind of cool. It adds character to him, and you can see the multiple shades I've used for the skin tone, etc., and the loincloth, and of course the shield, which did I mention I really like the shields by anyway? But yeah, really like the shields. So this guy has got his shield and spear and is snarling away like some sort of feral monster. But yeah, again, really nice paint jobs. Paint jobs? Oh, that's boastful, isn't it? Took paint really well is what I meant to say. And really nice models, and yeah, enjoyed them thoroughly, which probably means that I'm going to have to bite the bullet and actually spend a lot more money and buy Games Workshop miniatures for a while, which that just hurts my soul. Spending that much money on miniatures is painful for me. So again, here's another one, and again he's on the standard miniature base, not the 30 that came with it. And he fitted, he's overlapping a little bit, yes, but, it doesn't really matter. And for the games that I play, I'm not going to really worry too much about base sizing, etc., because it's not the games I play. So, I'm never that pedantic about sizes, etc. Let me just try and get my camera to refocus. There you go. And this is what I consider like another one of the more champion, more commander-ish guys. He's got two weapons because, what's more deadly than one weapon? Two weapons. I like the way he's got the skull on his side, and yeah, the details on it are absolutely beautiful. Makes me wish that I actually liked Games Workshop games because their miniatures are really nice, but I really cannot get my Oof, no. Okay, moving on. So the next guy, we're going to compare him to a this is a Frostgrave Barbarian, and as you can see, he towers above the Frostgrave Barbarian, so I will have to have him as kind of a champion miniature more than a standard, because otherwise they get towered upon. But, you know, or you could have him as some sort of, like, I don't know, ogre maybe? Maybe, something like that, you know. He wouldn't be a troll. Trolls are a bit bigger than this, but, you know, something along those lines. You know, as you said, you can use them for whatever you want in your games, and no one's gonna slap your hand for it. So, if you've liked this video, I will ask at this point, can you please leave a like? And if you want to leave a comment, I reply to every single comment that is left on my videos. If you want to see more from me, you can always subscribe to see more in the future. But until next time, it's going to be goodbye from me, Welsh Miniature Board Gamer.